is for when we are looking at do facts match up across sources.
Achievement.
Yeah.
Accuracy.
Accuracy. And then what does our P stand for? Not quite. So our P, the P means what is the website doing? Is it informing, selling us? Yeah, orange.
Is it what? I forgot.
It's okay. Yeah, go ahead. Purpose. Excellent. And what do we use crap for? It's on the board.
Websites to make sure they're safe.
Yes. So we use crap to make sure that the websites we are looking at are trustworthy. They're things that we can rely on to have correct information. So we just went through all of this. You might be wondering, why are we going over this right now? Well, you guys are getting ready to do some research. I think a lot of you have started it so far. So, what are you guys researching? Yeah. Renewable resources. Is that something you guys know a lot about, or is it something you're still learning about? Okay, we're kind of on the fence. So, if you are not an expert in renewable resources, then you have to rely on outside sources. So if you were doing this research completely on your own, you would have to look at every website and go through this in your head to see if it matched up. Luckily for you, your teachers have asked me to help compile something called a research pathfinder. So what exactly is a research pathfinder? It is something I have created. It's a document that has links to specific professional websites and scholarly articles that match the information you're trying to learn about renewable resources. So what this means is that instead of you guys evaluating the sources, I have done the evaluation already for you. And you can trust that what's on the Research Pathfinder is going to be current, reliable, accurate. The authors know what they're talking about, all that good stuff. So you may have already looked at it. I don't know. Some of you may have not. So we'll just talk through kind of what it is a little bit more. Like I said, it has links and login information for an online database. It's got those links to our scholarly articles. And then you don't necessarily need this for this project, but it has an example of how you cite information in MLA format, which I wanted you guys to see because you'll start having to do that more and more as you move up into high school, okay? Now, there's something on here that I don't know if you know about. So raise your hand if you have ever heard of an online database or used an online database for research. Okay, so not very many of you. So let's talk about briefly what the difference between an online database is from like Google. Because you guys won't be using Google for this project. You'll be using the stuff in the Research Pathfinder. So those links that I gave you or the online database. So, database. Kind of think of it maybe as like a house that houses all these different things. It's an online platform that groups together trustworthy and reliable information from experts. So this might be articles, it might be videos, it might be podcasts, it might be images, all of these things that we are paying to use. And since we pay to use these databases, the companies take extra care to make sure that they are getting reliable information for you and that it's things you can trust. So that's one of the nice things about a database is when you go to use a database, you can generally trust that most of that is going to be reliable information. You won't have to do the craft test on it. So there are a couple of things that are different from Google and databases. One of the things being, who can publish on Google? Anyone. Anyone can put anything out on the internet. Victor, what are you doing? Huh? All right. So with Google, with the internet in general, anyone can publish anything. I know nothing about golf, but if I wanted to, I could write an article and put it out there, and somebody might believe that I know what I'm talking about. With a database, like I said, it's going to be those trustworthy resources. They pull from experts, people who know what they're talking about. So, also another difference. When you go to Google and you're researching something, do you usually type in what do you usually type into the search box?
What is
Okay, and what is that? So that is
what are the best winter bodies in the area, and then just walk with that.
okay. So when we're asking who, what, when, where, why, we're asking questions. We don't put questions into research databases. We have to use something called keywords. Can anyone tell me what a keyword is? Raise your hand if you know. Yeah.
A word that's important.
A word that's important. Exactly. I like to think of it as the main idea. So what is the main idea of your research question? So, for example, why is solar energy used for homes? Why is solar energy used for homes? I want you to talk really quickly at your table. See if you can come up with one or two keywords. And they don't have to be singular words. They can be phrases. And then we'll share up.
It's easy.
No. All right, 3, 2, 1. We're at a 0. We're back up here. Somebody raise your hand. Tell me what was one of the keywords or key phrases you found. Yeah, go ahead.
Solar energy.
Solar energy. Excellent. What was another one you found? Or was there another one? Yeah, go ahead. Homes. Anything else you could think of? Anything? Did you have another one?
Wind energy.
Okay. What is that one for that specific question? No, but it would work. Wind energy would be a good one for if you're looking at wind turbines and things like that. So, you guys are exactly right. I had a lot of classes yesterday say that they wanted to use why as one of their keywords. Why do we not use why as a keyword? Yeah.
It's set up for
For a question. We don't put questions into databases. Let's do another one really fast. I'll kind of throw it out there. So what if I wanted to research what happened during the Boston Tea Party? What do you think is a keyword there? Somebody from the table, go ahead. Boston Tea Party. Are there any other ones you can think of? Yeah. During, okay. Did you have an idea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Events that have to do with Boston Tea Party.
Excellent. So events that happen. So sometimes they're not necessarily always right there. Sometimes you have to think a little bit about how you word them. So in this case, I want to know what happened during the Boston Tea Party. I might want to search events and Boston Tea Party, or maybe timeline and Boston Tea Party. If we use nouns, so events and that proper noun, that's going to give us better results than a verb happened or something like that. Okay? So, let's see. Okay. Mrs. Barnes, question for you. Do you think I should just go through this on my own, or should I have them log in and follow along?
I'd probably go through it first and then have them.
Okay. Because I've been trying, it just depends on the class, what they can handle. So, all right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you the Research Pathfinder that I have been talking on and on and on about. So, when you guys are doing your research, you will go to Schoology, you'll go to your science course. I think that there's a folder that it is in. I'm not sure exactly which folder, but your teacher will be able to tell you. And so, you will look for a document with the keyword Research Pathfinder on it. And it will look something like this. Now, this is really zoomed in. What I have done for you is I have taken each different type of renewable energy and I have put it as a heading. And then below that, I have put the links that you can use. So we've got 4 links for hydropower, we've got wind energy, solar energy, all these different ones. I've tried to make it really easy for you guys to tell what information you're looking for. Also, down at the bottom, on your research, like your worksheet that you're going to be doing, there's a section that asks you to write about the pros and cons of your energy source. So I specifically put one on here that talks about advantages, disadvantages, benefits, possible problems or impacts. So, not everything is perfect, so there are going to be some of those. And then all the way down at the bottom, if you ever need it, I have a citation example. So this just shows you how you would cite the websites in MLA format. Now, I will tell you, these links all go to like a basic, like this one, how does solar work? So it just goes to an overview. You may have to click around the website a little bit more to get information. So for example, like I know some people were struggling with how does a hydropower plant use the water to create the energy? You might have to click some different links on the website, pop around, see what you can find. The information's there. If you're having trouble finding something, let me know, let your teacher know. We'll help guide you that way, okay? But for the most part, everything you should need is going to be on here. If there's something that you absolutely cannot find, tell your teacher to let me know and I'll find another link for you, okay? One more thing I wanted to show you. So, we talked about databases. This is the one that I have chosen for you guys. This is the one that I have chosen for you guys to use. It's called WorldBook Online. Like I said, we pay for it, so we have a login. So when you go to use it, if you're at school or at home, you have to log in. The username is Avon12, password Nova12. Just Avon backwards. When we go there, I will click and I will show you. There are a couple of different, so we'll log in. VON12. Okay. Here we go. All right, so we have all these resources. The 2 that I'm going to have you use are going to be Discover and Student. These are grades 5+. You'll get different results from each one, but those are going to be the ones that you'll want to use. So let's look at Discover really fast. So if I'm looking at Discover, every database is going to have a search bar somewhere on it. That is where you're going to put your keywords. So let's say I am researching hydropower. So I type in hydropower. Uh-oh. Nothing came up. Oh no. But what did you see happening as I was typing? It's giving me suggestions. Which one of these do you think I should use instead of hydropower? Yeah.
Hydroelectric power.
Hydroelectric power. So sometimes databases have specific terms that they want to use. So if you search for something and nothing comes up, try typing it in slowly in that search box and see what it suggests for you. So when you are on the database, a couple of neat features. You can choose the simplified article, or you can choose a more detailed article, depending on what information you need. Also, you can find graphics. So like those of you that are doing a hydroelectric power plant, this might be important to look at because it kind of explains what happens. You can also see there are words that are purple. Those will either take you to other links or it will define the word for you if you don't know what it means. If you'd rather listen to the article being read to you, you can do that instead. Down at the bottom, you can cite the article. So if you ever needed to cite, that's how you would do it. You would click that and then you would copy and paste. One other thing that I like to share. Over here on this little cog, you can share it, you can print it, you can also translate it. So if you are in here and maybe you have a friend that English is not their first language, you can translate the article so it's easier to read. I like databases a lot. They're really easy to like change up to how you can use them. They put a lot of features in there. So if you are having trouble finding something, like I said, in the links I gave you, go to the database. If you still can't find it there, then come see one of us and let us know. What questions do we have about databases, research pathfinders, what you're going to be doing? Okay. All right, so I will let you two give instructions now for whatever they need to work on.
Okay. Are you staying in here? Are you staying in here?
I think so.
Let me just pause this.